A cheerful evening to respected sir and each and every one of my batchmates present over here. At the outset of my speech, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to respected sir for giving me this matchless opportunity to speak before you all. As we all are well acquainted with the fact that a new method has been going on and each of us had been given a topic to speak on. Today it's my turn and my topic is my life till date, in which I will tell you all about my career till to date. It is not so that I have come a long way in my career, but as I have given a topic, so I have to make justice to it. So here I go. I am Ms. Charu Meshram, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Meshram, born and raised in Indore. I come of a nuclear family and have ancestral roots in the city. We are a close-knit family who shares a great bond of affection with one another. I have fond memories of my childhood. When I was old enough to be admitted in a school, my parents admitted me in a suitable one named Ashade Vidya Mandir. I studied there for 3 years. It was at a stone's throw distance from my house. I have a vague recollection of a few things from those years. I can't recall a lot of things, only bits and pieces from that time, such as reciting tables every day for some minutes before the last bell for the school rang up, and chanting a specific prayer every day before taking lunch at recess. I have a vivid memory of performing that action and I know that prayer still by heart. Other than that, I also recall being good at studies. For 2 consecutive years, I stood first in my class, and because of that, on my 3rd year studying there, I was asked to host the flag and the flag hosting ceremony on the occasion of Independence Day along with 3 other schoolmates. One of them was my classmate and other 2 were our seniors. I possess a picture of that ceremony, and whenever I have a good look at it, I go down memory lane and scenes of that day starts flashing even in my inward eyes. I have cherished all these memories in my heart throughout the years. After I passed kindergarten and when I was going to be promoted in 1st standard, my parents, concerned for my further education, decided to transfer me into another school as they understood the need of the hour, because my existing school in which I was studying taught all the syllabus in Hindi, and my parents, being aware of the crucial role English language plays in one's career, admitted me in an English medium school called Mount Carmel Higher Secondary School. In my childhood, I was quite shy and often came off as a bit reserved. I thought of it as one of my shortcomings. Owing to that reason, on the very first day of my joining the new school, I was on pins and needles. I was on edge and was hyperventilating when I went inside the school. I was instructed to join the queue of students gathered in the courtyard. I stood there in the queue, but soon I was put out of my misery when I, along with other classmates, was sent to our classroom. As the day passed, I thought to myself I was worrying in vain, and because that day most of our teachers were quite welcoming towards us and I had made some new friends. It was the commencement of a whole new journey for me. In the beginning, I had faced some difficulties, specifically because of the language barrier, as most of our teachers were South Indians and spoke fluent English, but gradually I got the hang of it because my parents always had my back. Soon I adapted to the environment, especially because of my mother, as in my childhood she always used to teach me at home. Because of that reason, I could keep up with the schoolwork provided in the classroom. But as I grew up, I took charge of my studies. But whenever I faced any difficulties in any subject, especially in mathematics, I always went to my father, because he always solved my queries for me, as he was excellent at the subject. It was in 10th standard that I first joined any subject coaching class, because that year I had to appear in 10th board examination, and for it I worked my fingers to the bone. As it is rightly said, no pain, no gain. After appearing in 10th board examination, I opted for mathematics as my special subject. And apart from mathematics, I was also fond of solving English grammar questions. From an early age, I was drawn towards English language, understood its significance, and was well aware about the fact that it has become a lingua franca in many parts of the world. I had an intense desire to have command over this language. On one hand, while I was able to comprehend what was being said in English language, but on the other hand, I was not able to speak it properly. Because of that reason, I was looking for a good English institute to hone up my English speaking skills. But the search was on for many years, but I couldn't find a reputed institute. One day I came to know about that one of my good friends had joined such an institute. Upon asking, she told me all about the institute, that she had been given notes of tenses, three forms of verbs and other grammatical rules. But in the classroom I couldn't find any drastic changes in her skills. And also I had seen advertisements of classes offering to teach English to students in mere 90 days, moreover without teaching any kinds of tenses. After having such experiences, I got disheartened and literally lost any kind of hope to find an institute to learn English from. One fine day, I was sitting and making a conversation with my cousin. She is elder to me. While talking to her, I shared my predicament with her, and she replied by saying, "Why don't you join Shastri sir's class?" It was the first time that I've heard sir's name. So my first question was, "How do you know about sir?" She told me that she had come to know about sir through her good friend, whose elder sister had been a former student of sir. Then I insisted upon knowing more about sir. So she told me, sir is a disciplinarian and always expects each of his students to maintain careful decorum in the class at all times. Further, she added, he is an erudite personality, having a deep and profound knowledge of English language and easily the best teacher to learn from. I was ecstatic to learn that she had only good things to say about English home and respected sir. In this way, my quest has finally come to an end. The very same day, I went to my father and put forth my desire of joining English home. Without missing a bit, my father gave me the green signal to join the class. I was over the moon to listen to it. The following day, my father and we both went to meet sir to talk about my admission. There, sir asked me few questions about myself and also to spell some words. I succeeded in answering all the questions correctly. In this way, I came to be a part of this institute. And I must say, after attending my very first class, I placed complete reliance on respected sir and got relieved thinking that my future is in safe hands. I learnt everything from the basic under the kind guidance of respected sir, and it is only because of sir's invaluable lessons and teachings that I could improve my English speaking skills. He always motivates us to make our career sublime and thrive in life. When I first started coming here, I was studying in 11th standard. I continued studying here for around 1.5 years. And when I reached 12th standard, my schedule got a whole more hectic as compared to before, because I had to attend my school, my subject coaching class and also the English class. But somehow I made time for self-study. I sorted for 12th boards and in return yielded a good result in my favor. Having passed 12th board, now I had to make a momentous decision of my life, I was at a crossroads. My father had told me, if you want to pursue engineering, go for it, but my heart was not in it, as since my childhood, some of my family members and relatives had instilled this belief in me that working in a private sector is not something one should aspire to do, as a lot of exploitation goes on with the workers working over there. But later on, however, this perception of mine fully changed when I got exposure to new environment, people and experiences. But at the time of making that decision, I was also aware of the fact that pursuing engineering from a renowned college also plays a vital role in getting placements, and for getting admission in such colleges one had to appear in IIT JEE exam. I had appeared in the exam but couldn't make the grade, as I was not serious about it and didn't make any special efforts for the exam. So after that I had dropped the idea of pursuing engineering and decided I would pursue BSc with mathematics. When my cousin came to know about it, she told me, instead of doing BSc, why don't you go with BCA, as she herself had done the course. So I thought to myself, okay, there is no harm in going with it. So I started making all the adequate arrangements, filled the form of choice filling, and in the first round I got to government Holkar Science College, and I was very glad after I got to government Holkar Science College in the first round, because it is a distinguished college of our city. Then I took admission there. The distance between my house and the college is of around 9 kilometers. Every day I used to make the journey by using public transportation, and moreover I had to board 2 vehicles. Because of that, by the end of the day I used to get completely exhausted, but gradually I got used to it and got the hang of it. And talking about my experience in college, it was similar to that of school, because the teachers there always urged us to pay heed to our studies only. Everything was going smoothly, but after I appeared in my third semester's examination, the pandemic broke out, and it played havoc on all our lives. All the colleges, schools and workplaces got closed. In the beginning, in the initial days, I was anticipating that my college will soon open, but nothing like this happened, and I had to study the rest of my semester through online classes. In the middle of pursuing BCA, I thought to myself, after bagging my bachelor's degree, I would go for masters, but some untoward circumstances took place in our family, and because of that I had to keep the idea of pursuing masters aside. In the middle of all the chaos, I graduated from college, but again I was in dilemma what to do. But then I made up my mind that I would appear in competitive exams and try to grab a job in government sector. Many months after my graduation, sir again gave me a chance to be a part of this institute, and I am forever indebted to sir for this opportunity. Nowadays I am making preparation for competitive exams. I am making honest efforts, and as we all know that our hard work never goes in vain, so I am pretty sure that I would succeed in my endeavors. In the end, finally I would like to conclude my speech, and thanks to all to listen to me attentively.